Happy new month. Welcome to the month of April. My name is Nemeka Onyeka Oderi. One lesson of life that we must all imbibe. If we're able to subdue greed, if we're able to subdue cowardice, if we're able to subdue indolence, if we're able to subdue incompetencies and ignorance, we will live fulfilled and contented life. Fulfilled and contented. See, once a man does not understand what the worth of life is or what his life worth is, and which is limitless, which is not, cannot be purchased with any dollar or pound sterling, that man will never live a fulfilled. Once a man is able to understand what the worth of his life is, the man will live contented and fulfilled. I've been meditating on this. Whenever you see supposedly wealthy people try to live lives that seeks public validation, you see them on paparazzi. They are not into entertainment. Don't get me wrong, because people like Davido and Whiskey and Thames are into entertainment. They are permitted to do all manner of things that attract attention to themselves and all those stuff. That is why they are in the entertainment industry. But when you see a banker that is supposed to live frugally, that is supposed to live very contented, is supposed to live a life of decency, competing, in flashing wealth, doing all manner of paparazzi. When you see people who are supposedly supposed to be in the manufacturing industry, people who are supposed to be productive in different sectors that are real, engaging in the kind of things that should be attributable to Tupac, Jay-Z, and the rest of them, that can be seen, just look very, very well. Some of them have huge void. And I will tell you, such huge voice comes from a past life that they are trying to launder. I see it clearly. That is why most of them don't have any opinion. They don't have a mind of their own. They are very, very greedy. They are never contented. Wherever they are is not enough for them. They just seek validation left and right. That is why you see them. You see their videos of their parties, videos of them decked, entering their private jets and coming there. All manner of things that are shenanigans. Now, let me give you an example. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Elon is the wealthiest man in the whole world. He has added so much value to the world through SpaceX, through Tesla, through X, through AIX, through a lot of things that he's involved in. Productive, real value adding projects. Most people are not aware that Elon only owns about 15-17% of Tesla. Elon is not even a realty shareholder, but he is there because of his brain, his creativity, and everything. He has built an industry. He has built projects. In fact, sometimes in 2022, Elon paid the taxes. Elon paid was almost about $11-12 billion, and that is why you see him in the political things that has to do with policies, with programs. You see him, he always have, he has opinions on everything that matters to the life of America and to the life of every American. He's not scared to take sides. The same thing with Mark Zuckerberg. They believe in ideology, they follow that ideology. You know what they represent. The same thing for Warren Buffett, every one of them. Do you know why? These guys have a past you can trace. You can see how they grew across the rank. You can trace their wealth. They didn't make wealth laundering money. They didn't make wealth round tripping. They didn't make wealth involved in drugs and other nefarious activities. Now that they are trying to launder their image, just like we have many of them in Africa, in Nigeria. So, and interestingly, most of our youths, most of our people get carried away by some of these shenanigans. We think they are living a double life. We think they are living a dream life. No, they are not living any dream life. There's a huge void of past criminality, void of emptiness. They know that, when you are doing something that you're very passionate about, when you're pursuing a career or doing a job or involved in a project that you're so passionate about, you don't live your life pleasing anybody. That is the difference between our political leaders in the 60s and our political leaders today. People like Dr. Michael Ihonu Karabara, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Herbert Macaulay, Obafemi Awolowo, Tafawa Balewa, Hamadu Bello. These were men who understood what it means to create legacies. They weren't in power because they wanted to steal money, they wanted to create wealth, and they wanted to take money. They were there to add value. If you come to the 80s, men like this Simon Bakwe, men like Jim Mobudu, go and see their legacies. They didn't come to political office because they wanted to steal or to loot. They were so committed, one track mind of adding value. This Simon Bakwe used to be called a crying governor. He was an NPP, which is an opposition party to NPN at the federal level. But look at what he did in 4 years. Look at what Latif Jokonde did in Lagos State. These guys had one track mind. They were passionate, they were honest, they were sincere, they loved their people, and they served. Today, what you have are one amount of bandits, political bandits, religious bandits, social media bandits, people who are so fixated and governed by their greed. The greed for money, the greed for their intestinal needs, the greed to seek the validations of the world. Once you see a man who is not contented, a man who has not conquered avarice and greed, a man who has not conquered cowardice, once you see such kind of men, they live this kind of life. No opinion. You will never take any stand. They are always hanging on the. They are not even sitting on the fence. They are always hanging on the fence. They are not even sitting. They hang so that anywhere the bamboo, the wind blows, they'll fall in there. So that is why we have a society that is so decayed. No values. Before the 80s, we had a Christian faith that was ruled by discipleship, by values. You see a Christian and is a Christian in truth. Today, what we have is mercantile religion. Everybody who has a failed career in other things picks the Bible and runs into something else. And everybody is being deceived left and right. So guys, don't be deceived. No man who understands the value of money, no man who makes genuine wealth, passionately pursuing productivity in an honest way, will seek or try to seek the validation of men by doing all manner of this glitterity. Honest. Thank you. Happy New Month.